Okay, starting off with graphing today. The assignment's relatively short because these graphs we're going to make go quickly. This is what's called your parent quadratic equation. It's just y equals x to the second power. Quadratic equation always has x to the second. Okay? Alright, that's what this whole unit's about. Now, we're going to make a table, and we're going to be making it on all these problems. We're just going to put 3 through negative 3. Eventually, it'll be automatic. So if I take 3 to the second, that means 3 times 3. Okay? That's 9. 2 to the second means 2 times 2. That's 4. 1 to the second is 1 times 1. That's 1. 0 times 0 is 0. Now, this is not negative 1, because if you take negative 1 times negative 1, that's positive 1. That's 4. And that's back to 9. So it's going to make a U shape. It's not a V, okay? It's not like the absolute values, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 4, forward 2, up 1, 2, 3, 4. Forward 1, up 1, then the 0's at the origin. Negative 1, 1. Negative 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then negative 3, and we're back to 9. It makes a U, okay? It's a curve. Now, sometimes the parent function translates. I want you on every one of these graphs to write y equals x squared, because you're going to start your table with that function, then you're going to adjust it or translate it according to the equation, okay? So set that up before you worry about anything else. So 3, 2, 1, 0, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. Then 9, 4, 1, 0, 1, 4, 9. Okay, because that's what that is. Now, we're going to make an adjustment now to my outputs, okay, or my table, I should say. Put a 1 in front of there, please, and put a times. That's an A value. When you have A values, you simply multiply all the Y values, only the Y's, by that A value, okay? So it's going to be negative 9. 4 times negative 1 is negative 4. Negative 1, 0 stays 0. Negative 1, negative 4, negative 9, okay? So again, you need to mark the dot and label it A if it's multiplication. Okay, so 3, negative 9, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just put it down there, okay? 2, negative 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, negative 1, 0, 0. Then you go back around, okay? Really, you can do it pretty effortlessly. A quadratic equation will always make that U shape. Now, it's not always the parent, okay? Let's see here. Okay, next one. Y equals... We're going to put the parent graph with x to the second, because I want to start with those numbers every time. So 3, 2, 1, 0, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. Okay, so we're going to do that one first. So 9, 4, 1, 0, 1, 4, 9. See, then it's automatic. Now again, that's another A value. So we're going to multiply all my y's by the factor of negative 1/3. 9 times negative 1/3 is negative 3. 4 times negative 1/3 is negative 1 1/3. 1 times negative third is negative 1/3. Well, that's still 0. And then you're going to get the same stuff, okay? The same crap. Couldn't call it crap on a public video, but yeah. So 3, negative 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Don't be a wuss on this, please. You go forward to negative 1 1/3 is negative 1, and then just down part of the way. Okay, it's not that hard. 1, negative 1/3, that's forward 1, and then just part of the way to 1. Okay, if it doesn't have a whole number in front of it, you just go part of the way to 1. 0, 0, and then back around. Okay, it's all you got to do. Curve it back around. Okay, now it has widened. Okay. Because when I'm multiplying by a factor less than an absolute value of 1, it does widen it, okay? Now this time the A factor is greater than 1. Pretty awesome stuff. I mean, it really serves a point. You're going to be winning at life with this, okay? So 9, 4, 1, 0, 1, 4, 9. Again, your A, you just times all the y's by 3. So 27, 12, 3, 0, 3, 12, back to 12, and back to 27. Now you better go by 5s on your y. You can still go by 1s on the x, but 5s on the y, okay? 2s won't cut it, then go by 5s. 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 27. 2, 12, okay? 5, 10, then 12. 1, and up 3. 0, 0, then you just curve it back around. It's all that does, okay? So it is a steeper graph. It would be very steep if I actually had a graph where I was able to go by 1s, but guess what? I don't. Okay, now, next one. Parent y equals x to the second. So see, I can just bang this out quick, okay? So 3, 2, 1, 0, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. Okay, and then the parent is what I fill in first, okay? It's called the parent function of quadratic equations. 4, 1, 0, 1, 4, 9. Okay, again, I have this fat leading coefficient. It's an a value, so you just times all your y's by negative 4. So negative 36, negative 16, negative 4, 0, negative 4, negative 16, and back to negative 36. So again, we better go by 5s. Keep in mind they're negative. You're going down, not up, okay? 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Last year I had people that would not go down when it's negative. So 1, 2, 5, 10, 15. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's not a masterpiece. Remember, you're going by 5s, so negative 4 is there. 0, 0, then back around the curve we go. Okay. Okay, now we got a game changer. That's not a multiplier, okay? That's an adding number. That's a k value. Now, k values still are related to y, okay? Label it, please. Front multipliers are a. You just times them all by y. Parent, same thing. You're still going 9, 4, 1, 0, 1, 4, 9. Well, with k values, instead of times 3, you're just going to plus 3. So that's 12 plus 3 is 7, okay? 4, 3, 4, 7, and 12. Okay, so better go by 2s. 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. If 1s won't work, try 2s. If that don't work, go 5s. If 5s don't work, go 10s. Do the easy ones, okay? 1, 2, then 2, 4, 6, 7, okay? 1, 2, 4, 0, and then 2, 3, okay? Back around the curve we go. So it really is just translated up 3 units from the parent. Okay. Just getting k values and still with the y, it's just minus instead of plus. Now fx just means y. Just put it there. Okay. I hate when they put that. It's so stupid. So 3, 2, 1, 0, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. So you raise all these to the second for your parent graph. 9, 4, 1, 0, 1, 4, 9. Now that is an h value. When you have an 8, because it's in parentheses. Similar to how it was with an absolute value. Now, you need to listen to me when you have an h value. Okay? You're just going to put an h on the whole parentheses. Okay? So again, a values, you just times all the y's by that. K values, okay, they'll be plus and minus, adding or subtracting, not in parentheses, okay? You do it to your y's. Now, h values adjust the x, okay? But not minus 2, okay? When you see an h, what you need to do is set the inside of it equal to 0 and add 2. So you get positive 2. So you're going to add 2 to all your x's. Again, h values adjust the x's. A's are multiply the y's, okay? the k's, that's a plus or minus, not in the quantity to the second, not in the parentheses to the second. That does a y as well. But h's are a little more complicated, okay? You adjust the x, but not by minus 2. Set the darn thing equal to 0, and that's what you add. So you don't add minus 2, you actually add 2, okay? So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, okay? Negative 1, okay? All right, the y's don't need to be adjusted. There's no a, there's no k, okay? The second power is not a k. That second power is always there. Now, here's why we have this, okay? Because you see, if I put a 2 in for x, 2 minus 2 is 0, the same as the parent. If we put a 4 in for x, 4 minus 2 is 2, same as the parent, okay? That is why you need to set the inside expression, just circle it or something, okay? But set it equal to 0, and that'll be the number you add. So 5, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 4, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So with those nasty h's, just set the expression equal to 0, and that'll be the number you adjust to the x's, okay? Here, I'll even write it down on the board. It's on the board, okay? A, multiply the y values, okay? K, add or subtract whatever it says to y values. Now again, h is a little more complicated. You'll know it's an h if it's in parentheses with the x. Set equal to 0. Solve, which is what I did, and add that value to the x's, okay? So that's how you adjust everything, okay? All right, so let's continue. So 1, 2, 3 up 1, 2, 0, 1, 1, then it's coming back around, okay? There you have it. Okay, that's a y. 3, 2, 1, 0, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, then 9, 4, 1, 0, 1, 4, 9. Okay, what are the values at? Because that's your parent, but you have now another value. It's not an a value, it'd be in front if it was an a value, okay? Can't be an h value because they in parentheses, that's a k value. Now look at the board. K, add or subtract to your y values, so you're going to minus 2, okay? It's that simple. So 7, 2, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, 4 minus 2 is going to be 2, 9 minus 2 is 7. Okay, so again, they match. So 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 2, 1, negative 1, 0, negative 2. Then it just comes back the other way because that's your vertex point. We'll be talking more about the vertex here in a second. Okay. Remember, it's a U, not a B. Okay, last graphing problem. Okay, write your parent function. You're always starting the table with the parent function and you're translating it. Okay. 3, 2, 1, 0, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, 9, 4, 1, 0, 1, 4, 9. Okay. But you have a 5. Well, is it an A? No, it can't be an A. It's in front if it's an A. Is it an H? Yes, it is. It's in parentheses. So what do we do with H? Well, we set the expression equal to 0. And we minus 5. There's no reason you shouldn't do that. Okay? Negative 5 is my value. Now I solved it. I add the value to the x's. Okay? So plus negative 5. Remember, H's adjust the x. They translate the x's. But not by what you see. Okay. So negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, negative 7, negative 8. Okay. That's what you're graphing, negative 2, 9. So left 2, up 9. Left 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Left 4, up 1. 5, 0, and then you're coming back around. Okay, it happens that fast. Now that's the end of the graphs, okay? Now what I've taught you is vertex form, okay? You're going to have A is in the front. If there's an H, it'll be in with the X, minus or plus, okay? Remember, you define what it is, you set that equal to 0, raise it to the second, and then plus K, similar to an absolute value. HK is the vertex point. A is the stretch or compression. Now here's what you're doing on these next four. Identify the vertex, the axis of symmetry, the maximum or minimum value, and the domain and range of each function. It's all right there for you too. First, I want you to label your A. If it's negative, it will be upside down. Okay. Now the vertex. Mark a point in the middle and label it. Okay. Put an XY on bottom, put an HK up top. Now, here's what you do. Find your H. Take that inside, set it equal to 0. H minus 20, minus 20, you get negative 20. You shouldn't need a calculator for this, really, okay, for this part here. Now, after the second power, do you have a plus or minus? You don't, so you put plus 0. That's your K. So that's A, that's H, that's K. So there's your vertex, negative 20, 0, similar to an absolute value. There's the axis of symmetry, okay? You're wondering what the heck does that mean? It's really easy. You make a line that splits it in half. It's a straight vertical line, so it's expressed as x equals. And it's just the x value, which is the h. So x equals negative 20. Maximum or minimum, well that's a maximum. You have the top point. Your maximum is the same as the vertex, okay? Domain has to do with the x. It's all real numbers, all real, okay? Because when I made that straight line, it's going on both sides, sideways. Now the range, you put y. Now you're going to put your y coordinate, which is 0. Remember, HK is a y coordinate, okay? 0. And from there it goes down, so less than or equal. That would be the range, okay? Next one. I got 3 more just like it. Okay, A, that's positive, so draw it. It'll go right side up this time, okay? And then that's your H, and then put a plus 0 behind the second power. That's your K. So HK is the vertex. That's also an XY point, okay? Put XY in parentheses above it, okay? That'll help. Okay, vertex. Set the, don't just put 5.5, you set x plus 5.5 equal to 0, minus 5.5, minus 5.5, so your vertex is negative 5.5. Alright, your k value is 0. Okay, so that's your vertex, negative 5.5, 0. Axis of symmetry, okay? You express the axis of symmetry as x, and you just put your vertex x value, negative 5.5. You'll see more about the axis of symmetry in the next lesson, okay? Max or minimum, well that's a low point, so that's the minimum, and the minimum it's the same as the vertex, negative 5.5, 0, matches the vertex, it's the same thing, okay? Now, x. Make that axis of symmetry, it's going on both sides, so that's all real. There's no greater than or less than, all real. But your y, okay, is 0, 0, okay? But from that minimum point, it's going upward, so it's greater than or equal. Okay, so that's all you do. Okay, y, cross it out, put y. Okay, so A is a negative, so it'll be back to right side up. You put negative 1, okay? So the vertex, put HK, but then below it just put that that's X and Y. HK is an XY coordinate, okay? It's the same thing, okay? And this is H. The whole parentheses is H, and then we'd actually have something after the second power, so I don't put a 0. AHK, label it. Find your H, okay, your vertex point, okay? set the inside x minus 4 equal to 0, and that's your h point. X would be 4. It's, again, you don't just drop negative 4 down. You set the inside equal to 0. Okay, your k is negative 25. So that's your vertex, 4, negative 25. Set that equal 0, because I tried to tell people opposite before and they would just drop down negative 4. So just to find an h, you set it the inside expression equals 0 and solve it. X is a symmetry that's expressed as x, and you just put the 4. Okay. Maximum, minimum. It's a maximum because it reaches the top. Okay, maximum is the same as the vertex, 4, negative 25. That's a maximum point on a graph. Domain is all reals because that dashed line's on both sides. It goes horizontally on both sides. Now your range, you put y. Okay. Negative 25 is your range, kind of critical value, and it just goes down from there, so less than or equal. Okay, because on a graph I'd be at 4, negative 25, and I'd just drop down, but it would be going on both sides horizontally. Okay, next one, vertex. Okay, again, A is positive, draw your picture. Okay, and there's the vertex, middle. So it's H, okay, remember that's an XY point. Okay, so A is 2. Put H in the parentheses and you got K. So to find the H, because that's how you find your vertex point, you go x minus 5 equals 0. Then you add 5 to both sides, you get 5. Okay, so 5 is the H. It ain't negative 5. There, K is the negative 6. So there's your vertex. Okay, so 5, negative 6. X is a symmetry. X equals, you just set it with 5. Okay, remember the axis of symmetry is like this imaginary line that splits it in half. Okay, maximum, minimum. There's a low point, it's a minimum. And your minimum match is the same as the vertex. It's like basic terminology. Now domain, x equals, that's AR and all real numbers. You can just put that, abbreviate it. See, it's all real numbers because for x, yeah, it'd be at 5, but it goes this way and this way. So there's no cutoff point. Now the range, there is, okay? Because you have negative 6 as your y range, negative 6, and from there you're going up. So greater than or equal from there. It never gets below negative 6, okay? Only upward.